Welcome back to the Truth Factory. The State of the Union address was so amazing that I can only compare it to watching the Super Bowl of politics, where our team completely annihilated the other team. In my opinion, this was the best speech that Trump has ever given. It was basically leg day for everyone there because of the dozens of standing ovations. And anyone who lives in a CNN echo chamber who tuned in may have finally heard the truth for the first time. Because whether you like Trump or not, it's hard to argue with facts. Home values are up, the stock market is up, and people are already seeing the benefits of the tax cuts that just passed on their paychecks. All of these reasons are why Trump's recent approval ratings have jumped 10 points. Even Huffington Post's poll got BTFO'd with 71% loving Trump's address, which I'm sure they'll try to blame on Russian bots, which is the new go-to excuse for Trump's internet popularity, which again I guess makes us all Russian bots. And in honor of that, I've made t-shirts and mugs, link in the description. Not only did Trump take time to highlight some of America's heroes, but the juxtaposition here from the Republicans to the Democrats was astounding. The Democrats didn't come across as anti-Trump, they came across as anti-American. It was kind of like a Where's Waldo of sad, corrupt people. There's the disgraced Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And look, there's Bernie Sanders. He almost looks like he's alive here. This clip sums up the whole night for the Democrats. Then we've got Chuck Schumer over here. And God, he looks like a Disney villain, doesn't he? He looks like he'd make a fur coat out of your dog and laugh about it. Then we've got salty Nancy Pelosi fiddling with her dentures, just fix it and forget it, Nancy. She looks like she's having a mini stroke and forgot her life alert pendant at the nursing home.
I'm having chest pain.
It's unlikely she even knows where she is anyway. She's so senile most of the time she still thinks the current president is George Bush.
But I can work with President Bush on, and I'm disappointed, understands the priorities of the American people, and they are not what President Bush, excuse me.
President,
I'm so sorry. A lot of those people voted for what's his name?
Yeah.
The President of the United States. He tries to charm you. President Bush tries to charm you. If that doesn't work, he tries to bully you. Clean debt ceiling. I said President Bush, I'm sorry.
But probably the best example of sour grapes for the night was the Congressional Black Caucus when Trump announced
African-American unemployment stands at the lowest rate ever recorded.
And besides this one guy clapping who knows what's up, I've never seen people look so miserable and angry about actually getting what they claim to have been asking for decades. And this guy might actually be dead here. This is the very definition of a poverty pimp, any appointed minority leader who extols the perpetual poorness of their ethnicity, yet is quite well off stemming from their efforts. And here is probably my favorite part of the night, where Trump calls on the Democrats to put differences aside and to put America first.
So tonight I am extending an open hand to work with members of both parties, Democrats and Republicans, to protect our citizens of every background, color, religion, and creed. Because Americans are dreamers too.
Americans can be dreamers too. If you're triggered by this statement, you should probably GTFO out of America. The thing about these Democrats is that it doesn't matter what Trump does. It doesn't matter if he capitulates to all of their demands. He will never win and they will never be happy. They will never like him. Even though he's trying to negotiate and give them what they all allegedly want, which is amnesty for DACA, they don't care. They want a flood of illegal immigrants pouring in because they don't stand for American values, and the only way they can continue to win is by importing voters. Anyone on the left who has any sort of rational thinking at all can see this now. And after the speech, they went on to film this guy, and at first I thought this was Conan O'Brien who contracted rabies, but apparently this ginger is Joe Kennedy, and the Democrats propped him up in an attempt to rebut Trump's State of the Union address. Joe spoke in a pathetic jumble of nonsensical words so bad that even the fake news media had a hard time spinning this.
Ustedes son parte de nuestra historia. Vamos a luchar. Vamos a luchar por ustedes y no nos vamos a alejar.
Oh wait, he was just speaking Spanish. which once again reiterates my point that we are capitulating to the demands and needs of Mexicans rather than Americans. The internet was a roar over this strange substance all over Sloppy Joe's mouth. Kennedy tried to claim that this mysterious liquid was chapstick. This means he's either too much of an imbecile to apply chapstick on his actual lips, or he's been secretly interning for Bill Clinton. And at the end of the night, while people were congratulating Trump, this man, who we all know is just a planted Russian bot, said,
Let's release the memo. Oh, yeah. Oh, don't worry. 100%.
Release the memo. Now that the memo has been voted to be released, Trump has a few more days to release it. I think he's been sitting on this to build anticipation like a blockbuster movie, knowing that it's going to rock Washington. The latest estimates for its release will be Monday. But isn't it interesting how the day the memo was voted to be released, the CEO of the DNC resigned? And isn't it a weird coincidence that that was the same day the Deputy Director of the FBI, Andrew McCabe, also stepped down? The same Deputy Director whose wife took around $670,000 in campaign donations from a close friend of Hillary Clinton. The same Deputy Director who oversaw Hillary Clinton's email investigation. The same Deputy Director who's under an active Department of Justice investigation for sitting on laptop emails from Anthony Weiner. Heads need to roll over all of this. Thanks for watching. If you like what I do, there are links to support me in the description. And although I haven't launched my full store yet, I have some cat-approved merchandise finally linked in the description as well. Thanks so much and have a great night. Meow!